back to the channel. We made a brand new doll today. I know you're excited about that.
I'm excited.
This doll is kind of different though. I didn't get it from the dollar store. It's a hybrid of a doll that got really
Customized to its fullest by my kid.
quite a few years ago. It's just been sitting in a bucket, been thinking that there was nothing that could redeem it. But I found on Amazon these bodies and they're articulated better than a lot of the dolls that they're coming out with now. Hands are articulated, these legs, so posing is a lot easier. So what I did was take the head off of that poor unfortunate doll that probably was never going to get another chance and put it on a fresh new body. Everything else was a lot of trial and error.
A lot of error, and some trial.
Anyway, let's get into it. You know, for being a little kid, this design is not bad. I like the armbands and the top and the pigtails, but I'm not gonna try and clean this off, and it was sculpted on with this bathing suit. So we got a fresh body from Amazon. I'm trying to match the color of the head, but these bodies aren't really dark enough, so I'm just gonna pick one and go with it. This is so nicely articulated. Let's pop this head off. It's a little tough, it's not coming off. Give it just a little more muscle, and yeah, 2 neck pegs. That's why it was so hard to come off. Luckily, I don't have to worry about this body because we're doing a fresh one. So let's keep this head, get our fresh body. The next thing we're gonna do is clean off this face. So I used just water and soap first and got some of it off. I think it was maybe water-based paint that was on here originally. But the sculpt of this has all these little nooks and crannies, so I'm definitely gonna have to bust out the pure acetone, and we're just gonna have to really dig in there. Then we're gonna pop her body back on here so I can have something to hold while I try and do this face up. There's definitely a tone difference going on, but maybe we can fix that with pastels? I know I definitely wanna start off with a soft underbase because I made that mistake with the sculpted doll last time. I forgot to put a soft underbase, and the way this doll is sculpted, it kind of looks like her eyebrows are going up in a question or a worried face. Off camera, I drew a kind of eye shape that I'm going for, and now I'm just gonna fill this in with the Poscas. It's kind of dangerous using Poscas in these little tight spaces because we know how easily they can drip up. Now there's a bunch of milk in her mouth. The eyes look a little bit wonky. Now I'm gonna use my old Q-tip and soft pastel method to add some blush. For some reason, some parts of this face are just really grabbing the pastel. Maybe it got deteriorated by the acetone, but it's kind of making her look like she has a rash and parts of it will not come off. I'm gonna just move on to putting on some shadow, which is gonna get everywhere, and we will just go back and forth adding and subtracting for a few hours. Then with our tiniest brush, we will add the eyebrow hairs. I decided to keep her original black hair, so the eyebrows are gonna be very dark. With a tiny dotting tool and some Posca blood, I add the pupils, which will end up becoming the entire iris and pupil since I wanna keep her eyes dark. She's looking concerned, as well she should. So this open mouth mold ended up being a little bit tricky for me. At first I tried glossy lips, and then I thought they needed a little dimension, maybe some teeth. So I got some red on the inside, looked like her gums were bleeding. Went over it with the pink, looked too crazy, thought I'd add the red back. Then the red got out of control, and I just covered the whole bottom with the red. I was like, you know what, this is not working for me. Let me try something else. But I want you all to keep in mind that I've got this doll on a slanted left, so I'm not really seeing the symmetry of this face right now. After adding some freckles and a gap like I like, this is what I ended up with. And honestly, editing right now, it doesn't look that bad to me. It actually looks pretty cute. At the time, I was embarrassed, but let's move on to the hair. Off camera, the hair was washed and conditioned, and then I put boiling water on it to try and get it to lay flat. Now we're going to give her a nice straight haircut. Then after it's cut, I'm going to wrap it with this towel so it might dry flat against her head. I'm gonna wrap it with a band. At this point, I was getting kind of sad about her being naked and cold the whole time, so I started making her some nice warm socks. But I couldn't handle this face any longer! So I took some pure acetone and wiped all of my hard work away. This did make me very nervous because what if this was my best attempt with the limits of this face mold? In fact, I just pulled everything way back, did not add the teeth, and she ended up looking a lot less nervous about her overall appearance. To me, she actually looks a lot like Angie Harmon right here. Kind of wish I didn't put the lipstick on her because then she could have pulled off that
Whole Jane Rizzoli look.
Her hair's not staying down, by the way. Since we were working with this doll's original hair, it refused to lay down, so I had to throw it up into a non-messy bun. I was very excited to get into clothes making, but we could not settle on a fabric or a design. So thinking about long sleeves, long neck with this silk, tried to start sewing it together and it fell to pieces. Second idea was a shift dress. This is it inside out. I thought I might even dye it with fresh beets. And so I boiled down some beets to concentrate their color, added in some vinegar, and then I threw in the garment. Everything seemed to be going pretty well. It was soaking the color up. It came out this beautiful color of like raspberry. I was so excited to work with this. And then when it dried, it looked like this. All the colors had spread out. I tried to seal it with an iron, but this is how it rinsed out and dried. So I scrapped all of that. And with my tail between my legs, went back to a fabric that I know how to work with, which is felt. So I cut out this pattern. I'm gonna have 2 pieces of this leg, and then I'm also putting pockets on this because I thought it would look really cool if she could stick her hands in her pockets since they're articulated. And I wanted the shirt to be black and white, but somehow I didn't get a single bit of footage of making the shirt. Unfortunately, I did get some footage of piercing her ears because that's what's important, apparently. So her outfit and her earrings were made off of camera mostly, but I got some painfully long footage of making these leather boots from these white leather scraps. I had to bust out, come on, stay on there. Had to bust out the faithful old glue gun. I do some sewing on these boots, but since it was obviously not staying where it needed to stay to be sewed, I had to first glue most of these pieces in place. So the bottom was a piece of cardboard. All the rest of it is this white leather. I've got 3 pieces, the back piece and the top piece and the leg piece. And now I'm going to put the part that connects these onto her leg, and I'm just using a very thick needle and some embroidery thread to do the lace-up part on the back of these boots. Now the boots are mostly made, we just need to cover up these cardboard soles, and we're gonna do that with some of this fluffy air dry clay. I'm gonna use this black to cover up the bottom of the sole and then fill out the space that would make kind of like a platform so that this boot can lay flat. Only thing left now is the photo shoot. No, she's not under arrest. We are just trying to get a good look at the back of this garment since I realized I didn't show you guys at all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Bye-bye.